Hi, my name is Matt Collins and I'm the fishery owner here at Beausoleil, and what I want to show you how to do in this video is how to sharpen those hooks. Now, contrary to popular belief, no matter what brand of hook you choose, it will not be sharp out of the packet. It'll be fine for some waters, runs waters, etc., where the fish are happy to pick up just about anything, bolt off and rig themselves up. When you come to a venue like Beausoleil, very heavily pressured fish, very used to getting rid of rigs, and a straight out the packet hook is, I'm afraid, not good enough. So let's have a look at the some of the equipment that I use to make the hooks ultra sharp. Okay, so the first piece of kit we need is a hook clamp. This one's made by Jag. You can use a toolmaker's clamp, anything that will basically enable you to clamp the hook. Old hook tying clamps can be used as well, but anything like that secure, as long as it securely holds the hook, that's all you need. Next up, hook sharpening file. Now that's the Jag one. I actually prefer this one, which I bought on the internet. It's a smooth Swiss tool making file, used a lot in the gun industry and kind of fine work like that. Very smooth, much wider, easier to control, and will last for an awfully long time. Next up, we have a hone. Now, this is actually 1,000 grit slipstone. Again, it's something used in the engineering industry, and very large, very easy to handle. Will last a very long time. I much prefer this type of stone to the ones that Jag supply. The Jag ones are great, but they, to be honest, I don't think they're going to last very long. I wore mine out quite quickly. So you can find it's 1,000 grit slipstone, again found on the internet, not terribly expensive. Then we have a magnifying glass. This is it's called a loop. This is a 30 times magnification loop. Again, I bought this one on the internet. I think I found it on Amazon for about a tenner, and a vital piece of kit in hook sharpening. So to start with, we take this is a finished rig already tied up. The sharpening the hook is the last thing I do. You want to set the hook so that you've got 3 or 4 mil of the point above the clamp. You want the eye of the hook well below the face there of the clamp, because you do not want to be nicking the braid when you're working. You also need enough so that you can clean off the point, because the point does collect small magnetic filings and debris from the process, and you want to be able to clean that off easily to be able to see when you've got a pinpoint sharp hook. Now, if hook sharpening is something that's new to you, then what I suggest you start off with is inspect the hook to see exactly how sharp, or not as the case may be, a brand new hook out of the packet looks. Now, this is a Corda size 4 wide gauge hex. I love these hooks, they're brilliant, they're very strong, but out of the packet they're not terribly sharp. It's just the way it is. But we're going to change that with this process. So by carefully moving the magnifying glass in and out away from the point, you should be able to achieve a pinpoint focus on the point of that hook. You should be able to actually see the grain of the metal at the point of the hook, and you will see that it's actually rounded on the end. So you need to get yourself comfortably set up for this. I put the base of the clamp actually into my chest like that. Rest my arm against my stick chest there as well. Really secure. I take the file and we start off with the top. And I'm only going to be working the first 4 or 5 millimeters of the point of the hook. Very gentle single strokes. Don't don't worry if you slip off at all. You can't really do any damage when you do that, because you're just going to hit the top of the vise. And you want to be following, this is a beach point hook, so you want to be following the contour. Now, after you've worked the top of the hook, you need to see whether you've done a good job or not. So again, it's out with a magnifying glass, inspect that point, and you should be able to see that you've followed the contour correctly, you've taken metal off, and the point is an awful lot sharper than it was. It's not going to be pin sharp yet, we cannot achieve that with the file, but we're going to get there. It needs to be better than it was, otherwise you're going to leave too much work for the hone to do. So next up we need to work on the sides of the hook, just the two sides, and I've got a smooth file side on the edge of that file there, and that goes down on the vise, and again there's a slight curve in the contour of these points, and you just want to follow that contour. You don't want to be too shallow, you don't want to be too steep, just follow the contour of the hook. Brush off the iron filings there. Then again, it's out with a magnifying glass, and we're going to look directly down on those two sides. Again, we need to verify that we've done a good job with that file, and that we're looking at a nice point. Again, it's not perfect. There's a few jagged edges there, but we've got a nice point, and it's ready to take it on to the next stage. Now that we've got as good a point as a file will make, we can start to work with the stone. Now I've had this stone soaking in a pot of water for the last 5 minutes. This lubricates it when it's working, stops it clogging up the surface. Again, working towards the point, following the curve of the original hook geometry. We're not trying to change the geometry of the hook much here. It's nice, gentle, smooth strokes like that. Again, inspecting after each piece of work. That's now looking exceptionally sharp. Now we can work on the sides of the hook. So again, we re-inspect that from the top, from the side, and that is as sharp as you can humanly make a hook with this technology, and it is phenomenally sharp, for want of a better word, and I'll show you the difference with a little test that you can do. Now this one is a freshly tied rig, brand new hook, but I haven't sharpened the hook. Let's have a look at the difference between these. So if I just rest the point of the hook on the tip of my finger there, and then I rotate round, it's dropped off. Okay, I hardly got any distance at all on that. That was gone. Now let's do exactly the same test with a hook that I've just sharpened. I'm not stabbing this in, I'm simply resting it on the tip of my finger, and I'm rotating that round, and that is physically hanging upside down on absolutely nothing. That'll get you a hook hold when every other hook in the world has been blown out. Alright, that is what a sharp hook should be able to do. Now before we can fish with this, there's one last thing to do. We've taken the coating off the point of that hook. and if we put it in the water in a fishing situation, within a number of hours the point of the hook will start to become blunt. So, little tube of Vaseline, and just dip the point of the hook in there, and that acts as a rust preventative. So do have a go. You don't need to spend much money on the kit. You know, go out on the internet, and all these supplies are readily available. You don't have to buy the branded stuff. Have a go. It will transform your angling. It's not a gimmick, it's not a joke, it's the biggest edge there is out there, and you got to do it. Enjoy.